When you meet my guest tonight, anyway, the first thing that you notice about her is her wide and broad smile. I'm not lying. She's even giving one right now. And then again, she's always so lively and bubbly. There was a time I was asking myself, does she ever get sad? Does she have worries? Because she seemed to have it all figured out. She's a Ghanaian entrepreneur and an author. Yes, she has 2 books out, and she's the founder of the Fabulous Woman Network. She's also known for her women empowerment sessions, held by the Fabulous Woman Network, where she is the founder. She has over 13 years experience in human resources development, and she's the CEO of Duncan Consulting, through which she consults for businesses, and she has trained over 2,000 professionals. Yeah, you should clap. Yeah, you should do better. Yeah. She also conducts a one-on-one and group coaching for women-led businesses, and she's also created an online course, like lots of online courses. She has authored 2 books, I said already, Yarns of Inspiration and Networking Made Easy. She's a wife, she's a mom, she's everyone's go-to person for them. Hold on. C White Phones is a proud sponsor of this show. C White Phones. Michelle, where you saw phone no bear 4 years in ye. Enti wo phone no eringia na eringi wo kra na woni peduani na unhuana. Uso de no enkra na ye phone nanim say basa. Ama ye phone nanim te say country bia memwo. Basa. You need a new phone, but who sika? See White, ewo the mouth. Our old Akate Farms building name, just beside Ejaba at a Doom. And a Doom Hona so sound Sambra Hotel Junction, inside the same building with Melcom. Afe our Doom PZ, just by Sobolo Station. And then again, our Kedetia, around the MTN main office. A see White phone so ding. Or see for Ghana card. Any mobile money phone ebra. And that's how the here is our Ghana card now already start MTN mobile money. All my phone ni free ko yusu actually no wetia. Friend CCA, we also me boa. Friend CCA. O France abna kene se free. 0245 pardon me. 0245 05 1799 0245 05 1799. A friend is CCA. We are streaming live on Facebook. Last week, yeah, maybe more Chidi. This week, yeah, they caught in Tiwamba. If you're not on Facebook Live right now, you're missing out. Check us out on Facebook at Y1025 FM Kumasi. At Y1025 FM Kumasi. At Y1025 FM Kumasi. Check us out on Facebook right now. Now, Minima is searching, say, freshly brewed coffee. Just say, me why a fan kasa. I'm a vesh. Oh my, I'm a guest. Come on. My makeup is kind courtesy NK Splendor Beauty Salon. Find NK Splendor Beauty Salon right here at Ahunjun Shayeso. Just adjacent the Royal Golf Club. Pacho Bebia. Atiko koso ebebo golf no. Ya utun for takobo golf. Golf park hona. Ehwana NK Splendor Beauty Salon. Ewo. Our Instagram as NK Splendor. NK spelled ERNIEKAY. And then Splendor. The usual Splendor you know. Fast also. NK Splendor. We do your makeup for your weddings, for your birthday parties, for your birthday photo shoots. Just say, there a money, nails, hair, makeup, bibia. Leave it for NK Splendor Beauty Salon. So Sparkify, mamini headphones in the Hemasmade. Wow, where you pure gold and yalumi. When we saw Shalumia, Mr. Sisawni, Sparkify. See, I cried what Titin your man used to say, wah, wah. Hey, me guess they na sumade. You know what? I owe you a pair of Sparkify earrings. Yep. Yes. Long dangling. You don't get problem. Please, if you're just like my guest who was taking off your earrings right now because I spoke about, say it you. Any monsieur. Minima maybe na sumade no. I guess I come last. Or the quay of the cop party. Just say yeah 2 day or the asmade ba ko wa share the bell 19 kojo unkroma ade fresh Sparkify 0533 346762 or 0533 338773. Sparkify is located at Kase Guinness Junction in the same building with Latex Foam. My guest tonight is the beautiful lady Ama Duncan. Hi.
Hello. Hey,
Ama, is there a day you don't look gorgeous?
Okay, can I just interview you? You are so beautiful.
Hey.
Ever since I've known you, you've been consistently beautiful.
Please.
Abna, what's your secret? After you tell me, I'll tell you the answer.
Duncan is on my show. She's interview. I'm following your footsteps.
Hey, and yeah,
baby, I'll wait here.
You've overed me because you're just amazingly beautiful, and it's inspiring to watch you and take inspiration from you.
Is it?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
I'm flattered. I'm flabbergasted. I'm bombastic. Yes, please. I intentionally said flabbergasted. Mama Pacho minim say maka misyo. Mashada na makamas. Ama, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for honoring my invitation. You look lovely.
Thank you.
She say, if I don't take care, I may not ask my question. When we made a post that you're coming, we asked, Ama is my client. Amma is always smiling. Amma is always happy. So they are asking me to ask you.
Yeah.
Have you ever been sad?
Hey, babe, unless I'm not human, I'm a tree. I experience all sorts of emotions, including a lot of sadness, actually. A lot. So,
how do you do it? How do you always say, stay happy and sweet? I'm yet to find, I'm not here to flatter you, you know me too well. I'm here to find someone who tell me, Amma wasn't nice to me. Amma Duncan didn't.
Are you sure? Oh, you haven't met them yet. There are certainly people who think I'm not all that.
There are people who think you're not a nice person. Of course,
because I'm not 100% happy and smiley.
Then I've actually not met them.
Well, but
because
I'm
the
sure
ones I know speak so highly of you, and I've experienced you for myself. I'm one of those people that I don't meet you based on what I've heard. Even if I have heard, I want to know you for myself. So I usually don't tell people I've heard a lot about you, so they don't feel, could it be bad? Could it be good? I want to know you for myself, and I did hear that you're a nice person, and I have experienced that you are a nice person. She's turning yellow. Woo-hoo.
You call me on a good day. We thank God who got me. Everyone always catch me on a good day.
Anyway, you're welcome to Pink.
Thank you.
Have you been listening to Pink?
Oh God, the truth is I don't listen to any FM, and this is a confession. I'm so sorry, but sometimes I listen on Facebook. If you share the link, I would listen.
Please, you heard Ama Duncan. Go on Facebook right now at Y102.5 FM. Share the link. Share the link. Come on, let's get talking. Who is Ama Duncan? I know it sounds too broad, but run us through where you grew up, a little bit about your family, just a little bit, the schools you went to, and have you always been in Kumasi, or where from Ama to Kumasi, changing the narrative in the the women's perspective.
Okay, thank you, Abena, and your team for the invitation. Who is Ama Duncan? Now, I describe myself as a fabulous child of a benevolent God.
Wow.
That is me now. And that's the me I am learning to love and appreciate.
Right.
I was born in Sekendi. I lived there for maybe 5 or so years, and we moved to Komenda, where my father lived until he died.
Right.
And I was there until 12 years, and then we moved. Divorce happened, so my mom and the kids and I, we moved on to Cape Coast. And then
when you say the kids and you,
as in my mom,
siblings.
My siblings, yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Makes you the firstborn.
Yes. So we are 3. The firstborn, Echo, me, and then my junior brother, who is also my current co-founder. He's Kwesi.
Okay.
So we moved on with my mom to Cape Coast, and in Cape Coast I went to Bakaturu JSS.
Right.
And I went to, after school, I went to Infantiman Girls for 3 weeks. Cried sad till my mom took me.
You cried in man's sight,
Papa?
Why?
I was just a spoiled little girl. I could have, the life there was, my goodness, it was tough. But even the three weeks there, I learned how to have a shower with 1 pail of water, cold, chilled water. Like, it was an experience. Man's sight was an experience. And maybe I could have done it, but I was just too spoiled. You know?
My God. So
and
for 2 weeks?
Yeah, three, pepper. I think it was maybe Tuesday to Tuesday or so. And then my mom sent me to Archbishop Potter Girls, which was a blessing because that's where I learned how to become a lady.
Right.
Like, just, not that I'm even a lady now, but I really learned a lot. I copied from watching other people, Catholics, and, I learned a lot from there. Then from there to the University of Ghana for my first degree. Okay. And then I went to live in the UK for a while after school.
Okay, after your first degree? After
my first degree, I went to Lavishate Kakra and then worked there Kakra, came back, got married.
Okay.
And then marriage brought me to Kumasi. So I've been here for 15, I think this year, oh my God, in a couple of weeks it will be 16 years of marriage. Yeah, so I've been here for almost 16 years now.
Right. Do you mind telling us, so you're a Fanti because of
Papa me
proper one,
just everywhere. If you go to my great grandparents, I'm sure that I'm Fanti.
I see. And how old were you when you were at man's side?
13. I think I was 14.
Okay.
Yes, maybe ending of 13 to 14. Yeah, I was 14. Yeah.
And then you moved to Porter's.
Yes.
And you enjoyed your stay there. What made Porter's different from man's side, in your opinion?
Man's side was like fun, hardcore. Like, it's a different vibe, which was really nice. Which is actually, interestingly, more like my original personality. Fun, hardcore, it's not like, at the time, I don't know about it now, but it was not all
too
Frenchim, yes. Porter's was very Catholic and
poised.
Very poised. Everything I was not. Man's side was really like it was a feeling place.
But how come the place that was supposed to be your original self didn't make you stay?
God needed me to polish up Kakra.
Right.
Not that the people there were not polished. I mean, they were really, like Nadia Buhari was in my class. We had really very nice.
I'm hearing this for the first time, that she's a man's side girl.
Oh yeah, she was and I also found out later. I mean, I knew her, but I didn't really know because then she wasn't a star. But later, I was like, until I left sight when this girl was in our class. What was I thinking?
I see.
Oh well, then I went to Porter's and I met.
Did you guys?
Jocelyn
Were you
Dumas,
guys drooling all over her?
No, she wasn't. Class? Oh no, at the time, no. She wasn't.
And she was a simple girl, like all of you.
I don't remember much, but I remember some girl who was fair like colored. Her, but it wasn't any. Nah.
Okay, then you went to Porter's to meet Dumas.
Jocelyn was my entertainment prefect. So when I was in first year,
she was in finance,
and she was so much fun. Oh,
she is.
Oh my God.
Interesting.
Oh, Jocelyn.
Interesting.
She brought the movie to school. This Titanic. I remember it was her time that they showed that movie on campus. She was so much like their year there. They were fun, Papa.
Charlie. But what was your position in school later on?
Osha, Adriane.
Ama, you don't look like someone who likes food.
Oh, sister, do not be deceived. God is not mocked.
You like food.
Papa, I enjoy eating.
Hey.
I enjoy, like...
So I usually think I know my guests until they come, and then I realize that there's a lot to unfold about them. I never knew you are a food person.
I love food.
But anyway, what course did you study at Manside? Sorry, it was Porters.
Yeah, site was visual arts, and then Porters I did, how do you call it? General arts, so economics, elective maths, government, and one more that I've forgotten. Maybe I've forgotten.
What was your fondest memory back in secondary school?
I have a lot. Maybe I'll share two. One was I loved maths, elective maths, not necessarily core. And why?
So there's a woman who likes maths.
Oh, I know actually. So this story is about another woman. She's passed on now.
Look at me having goosebumps all over. And then there is me.
No. Look, maths here though. And honestly, do you know that maths is the easiest?
Amma, please don't.
You just have to study the formula.
You know what? I have been running away from maths, and I'll run for the rest of my life. Don't do this to me. I'll run for as long as I can.
It's a beautiful subject, especially the kind of maths we were studying. I remember there was this old book called Backhouse. This lady, she was what? Library prefect, and myself would go and hide in the library, solve, and then when we get it, we are so excited. The whole school, solving math. It was such a beautiful.
But how do you like core math and not elective math?
No, I liked elective. Not core was boring. It's
not challenging.
It was not challenging. It was too basic. It wasn't nice. Nah, I prefer.
Someone is having a whole conversation about math, and then there is me. God, am I your adopted child?
You are. You gave us all different.
I see. So you're listening, and then what happened?
And just the excitement. So it's one of my fondest memories. Okay. And another memory, interestingly, also has to do with maths. We were given this equation, and the whole class, we all, kind of say, when you we shall know tomorrow. I can't say we all cheated.
You're copying.
We all copied from our notes, but everyone made the mistake of not realizing that the teacher changed the sign. So I was the only one who copied and realized that, we changed it. In fact, it was theta, beta, and those things. If the original thing that we all copied was theta, I used beta, and then I got everything correct. So my teacher thought, I'm smart, but we all cheated, and he kept raving about Amma and all. But the whole class knew that we all cheated.
But did they ask you what the twist was after everything?
Maybe they did. Me, have you forgotten? But it was, and I felt so guilty. Oh my God! I felt so embarrassed because the teacher was hailing me. How I'm so
Oh my God! I'm a Duncan.
Oh my God!
Then in tertiary, what did you study at the premier university?
I did a little bit of drama just for the credits, but in hindsight, I should probably have done drama. I did economics, information studies, psychology. I finished with economics and psychology.
Everything must will find you there. But may I ask, how is Pythagoras theorem affecting your life?
I know.
Now,
do you know that when I was a child in class 5, I asked my teacher, saying all these lines of symmetry, how is it going to benefit us?
Let me offend all you women who like maths. I'm sure I'm live on Facebook. Watch me. Look me eyeball to eyeball. All of you women who like maths, who are good with maths, and I am not. How are you buying fuel with algebra? How are you guys using find X to find
Y? I don't know. Honestly, I don't even remember a lot of these things I used to love. I don't remember them anymore.
I see. So 4 years in the university, why did you decide you want to leave the country for a while?
At the time it was a thing on Legon campus every vacation, because they always give us the visa. Well, not always, but it was easier to get a visa while you're on campus. Right. So I think I started from level 200. It was a formula. You first go to UK embassy, they give you, and because you've gone there before, US will also give it to you. So it was a thing. So after I had finished, I went for the UK 2-year working holiday. So I was legally allowed to work. Like I had an NI number and all. I could work. So, and then my sweetheart was there. So I had a job in US waiting, but I prefer to be in UK because that's where my hair was, you know.
But someone is asking me, do you have an English name?
No, but I was baptized a Catholic, and my mom called me Miriam, but my dad won't allow it. So a few friends from childhood know me as Miriam. But Opana didn't allow it.
So what's the name? Anybody that knows you?
I'm Amber. Amber for time. I was time, and yet I was never on time. I'm a time who was always late. I missed my flight twice. Like me. It is good.
We are going to unravel all that. Now, back with the UK, Abba. I mean, finally, right? Which year was that?
I returned in 2006.
Okay. Now are you on national service? Were you there
I came to do service. So I did my national service at Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning under Kojo Bauridu. I worked with him.
I see. So afterwards, what is life? Paint the picture for us to see. After national service, and after finally settling, deciding to settle down in Ghana.
Okay, so I mean, definitely I came to settle. I knew that I wasn't going back. My visa was about to expire, so I came. And so after national service, I found my way into Standard Chartered Bank. I had a stint there for maybe almost a year.
Okay.
And then it was at Standard Chartered Bank that I got married. My husband at the time, I mean, same husband I'm married to, the amount of money we had to find a place to live in Accra, all the places we went to see, I'm like, what is this compound? And this was someone who had just arrived from UK with 40 pairs of shoes. You can imagine, like, and then these compound houses. The compound houses near there. And then we came to visit my husband's best friends. They are more like brothers, two friends. We came to visit all of them.
So then you guys were married?
I think this was about when we were in the process. Like, we did knocking, a year later we got married. So
where were you living?
I was in Accra.
On your own?
With mom. With my mom. And then my husband at the time had just gotten a job, and he was on training in Accra, so we got to be together for a while.
Right.
Okay. And then we came to visit my husband's friends here
in Kumasi.
With the same amount of money we were looking at compound houses. They were in 2-bedroom houses with like a large compound that can build a mansion.
Wow.
I was like, Pakwisi. So you know what? Eventually we decided with that same money, I don't remember, maybe it was like 22,000 at the time. Not really much, but it was able to do something. We decided, let's do Kumasi, because he had the opportunity to be here. And so he came first, and by the power of networking, I also got myself into a job in Kumasi.
So what job did you come to now?
The former Golden Tulip. I started there as a training coordinator. Yeah.
I see. And how long did you do that?
Well, I rose through the ranks, but I was there for 8 years exactly.
Now, you had never lived in Kumasi before?
No, I had been here maybe 3 or so times before.
Now, you were coming to settle. Were you nervous, unsure?
I was.
Unsettled, unhappy, confused? What was going through your mind? How old were you, though?
I got married at 24.
How? Yeah. So young and sweet.
I know.
I like
so
it.
So innocent.
Please, you
having all these expectations.
Please, you weren't.
Oh my God, I had all these ideas when we got married. So anyway, how was I feeling? I don't remember particularly, but I may have felt also excited that, like I get to start this thing with someone I really love. And in the beginning,
was he also in the banking sector?
Yes, so he was already in the banking, but I had moved out. But then, so the funny thing was, when we got married, for the first 3 or so 2 months, I was in Accra, he was here, so we used to come back and forth. And I remember feeling so sick. I was always sick. I said, so my mom is a nurse, so we lived in Kolebu.
Okay.
So the current CEO of Kolebu was then working with my mom. They were colleagues, and then I went to I went to consult with him. He said, I should check for pregnancy. No, I'm not pregnant. I know I'm not pregnant. He said, no, let's. So he drove me to a pharmacy opposite Kolebu, bought me strips, pregnancy test. I still didn't use it because check. So
but you were married.
But I knew I wasn't pregnant. Simple. I was not pregnant.
How do you...
I was not pregnant, okay? I was not pregnant.
Is it like pregnancy is detected?
I was not in my mind. I was not like it was like impossible in my mind.
You're reminding me of my own story, but let's continue.
So
to
anyway,
think that I actually took malaria drug because
you are dragging your baby.
I was asked to go and do PT and malaria, and I went to do malaria first.
Only
it came out positive, so
you just
I left
the other.
I took my son was bound to come because
I know that's exactly how I feel about my kids. So anyway, I come to Kumasi on 1st May. 2nd May I start my I came I think ending of April, yes.
Right.
So 1st May was a holiday. 2nd May I started my job at Golden Tulip. 3rd May I find out I'm pregnant. That was the day I actually did it because Charlie, the period was not perioding. I remember lying there.
It is giving pregnancy vibes.
I was lying on the bed. I felt blank. Like how? Like it was.
What was your
shock.
fear?
No, at this time there was no feeling, no fear, no nothing, just blank shock because I had calculated how things were going to work in my life.
Okay.
And pregnancy, I didn't think.
Part of that now.
Sister.
What in kissing? Oh dear.
No, oh my God, that was.
Did you feel good? So it's a question I was supposed to ask later, but it's here now. So it means, did you feel that pregnancy, personally, was going to be a little limitation for the dreams and goals you had laid for your life?
Definitely. Not even just the pregnancy, but the having a child.
Starting a family.
I felt like I wasn't ready. I looked at myself, and what do I know that I'm going to be a mom? I need a mom myself, So I didn't feel that I was good enough to have a child. And and then also I had just started a job. My boss had so much faith in me. How was I going to tell him? The day I eventually told him, he was like, I've noticed you are getting fat. I didn't know.
We will be back.
F2 is a year old. We're celebrating it big and loud. F2 Hotel and Apartments. Wait, hey, welcome to F2. Welcome to F2. Yeah, the big boys mean ever. Yeah, mama, Skyface of a second fame. And a Lil Wayne. Welcome to F2. We have featured DJ Cassius, more energy providers in here, MC Maurice. We're tickets in the 40 Ghana cities advance and the 50 Ghana cities will gates. For more information, 0270-547-777 and that's 0205-541-111. Our custom barrier, Saturday the 23rd of March.
Africana Vacations Limited can be located at Achimota Mile 7. Call Africana Vacations Limited on 025-7962-483, 025-7962-459. Africana. Discover with us.
Charlie, I stress. Oh, senior, what be the issue? Bro, another one caught up in again. I nearly get them this time. Charlie, the over 1.5 messed me up. Oh, Charlie, sorry. But wait, you don't get refund for your loss? Nah, bro, that thing's have day. You hear so before? Yeah, soccer badge they do. Them they call them soccer chance. Ah, Charlie, you sure? Oh, but why I for lie you? Just make your stake on 10 plus games with odds of 1.30 or more. And when it's full, you will get your stake back times 3. Come see my bets. Hey, Charlie, this be interesting, oh. I know, right?
Soccer Chance rules are simple. Bet on any of your favorite soccer league games with odds of 1.30 and more. The total number of games should be 10 or more. Now here's the catch. Lose just one out of the many and you'll be rewarded 3 times your stake. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below the age of 18. Gaming can be addictive.
So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. What
My name is Diana Hamilton, VGMA Artist of the Year 2021 and brand ambassador of Awake Purified Drinking Water. I am super excited to partner with Ghana's first charity-driven water to give back to our communities. Awake is a brand that makes a difference. We impact the world around us. That is why for every bottle of Awake water you buy, an amount is donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center. Yes, every time you quench your thirst with a refreshing bottle of Awake, you're helping contribute to save lives. So keep drinking Awake Purified Drinking Water and let's continue making a difference. Awake Water, one for life. Supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA approved.
Agriculture is for everyone. And I dream of the day that everyone will have an agriculture, vocational, or technical story to share. My name is Araba Kumsin, and I welcome you to Ghana Grows Ejuma.
Join Araba Kumsing on YFM 102.5 every Monday at 8:30 a.m. for the Ghana Grows Ejuma broadcast. Don't miss Ghana Grows Ejuma broadcast on TV3 at 5:45 p.m. every Sunday evening. For more information on how to register for the Ghana Grows program, call the Springboard call center on 030-8255-775 or visit Springboard Zone or Ghana Grows on social media.
Ghana Grows Ejuma is brought to you by MasterCard Foundation in partnership with the Springboard Roadshow Foundation. Let's go.
Nothing brings people together like good food. Fulfill your food cravings at any of our comfortable dining setups across the city. Pice serves high-quality meals at low cost. Book your breakfast meetings at Pice. For lunch and dinner, let's meet at Pice. Pice offers sit-in, take-out, and delivery services. Pice serves you varieties of food and beverages, local and continental, all kinds of pizza and finger foods. Try our signature chicken and goat style with any side dish. Pice serves all kinds of stew and sauces, egg stew, beef stew, palava sauce. Wake up your taste buds with our cocktails and mocktails at Pice Pizza and Restaurant. Locate Pice at Ayeduase, Bantama, and Kumasi City Mall. For delivery, call 055-071-3776.
Malaria fever. I can't wait. Octopus. Yeah. Hey, octopus is coming. Octopus number. Amazing for octopus. Yeah. But wait, what's the octopus about? What's the octopus about?
So before we continue, my guest tells me this song.
So every second, every minute, every hour, you say the things that only make me stronger. You give me the strength to accept the things I cannot change. You came along when
And here is another favorite of my guest. just knowing she wasn't only the dining hall, she was the dancing prefect. Amanaya in Kumasi. You find out you're pregnant. How was it for you? How did you even break the news to your husband? And what was your final resolution? Because now you can't do anything about it. Even if you want, you can't.
Well, I was in shock, and that day he was there with me. So he saw it or something. I don't remember how it was communicated to him, but I remember being extremely angry at him because it was his fault that I was pregnant. So I was very angry with him for maybe a couple of weeks when I found out.
Amma, because of why?
Because he made me pregnant. How dare he?
But how dare you enjoy it?
I know, right? I know, right? So yes, in the beginning I was angry, but thank God I found this website called babycenter.com.
Amma,
me and you, our stories, eh?
Am I living your younger self now?
I tell you,
okay.
That website helped me so much. So every week I would read what it says, and then I remember week 10. I had this toothache or something, and then I read and it said, "Oh, by now your tooth was." Oh my God! So
Baby Center, at a point I felt, is the app tracking my life?
I know, right?
Because
it was so correct, accurate. Yes, but that's what helped me fall in love with my baby, and it was just
that was Troy, right?
No, that was Paris, the daughter. She's now 15. But it was a beautiful experience, and by God's grace, my pregnancy was really easy peasy lemon squeeze. I didn't really have.
That's the only part of your younger self I am not experiencing.
Mine was the breeze.
The one I had showed me Pepe.
No, both babies. Nah.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Now, how are you balancing the job, your pregnancy, your duties? Because that's Golden Tulip, right?
Yeah.
What was your role?
I started as a training coordinator, and also for my level I had to do manager on duty, which means that there were some days in a week that I was duty manager, and I used to have to close sometimes at 11, 12, thereabout, sometimes even sleep over and all.
And your husband understood?
Oh, my husband did. We have to write a book to explain the kind of man he is. But yes, he did. He was very supportive. And he's always also known me as I wouldn't want to say workaholic, but
Please,
I love work.
You are.
I love work. Like when we're in the UK, I remember he told me, I've never met a woman who works like you. I love work, and I think it's also because I enjoy what I do. So it makes it. Yeah. So he was very supportive throughout, and his family, like my husband and his family, his mother. His mother is my only mother here, and she literally took care of my kids while I was working all those crazy hours. His mother, his sisters. It breaks my heart when other people talk about how they go into marriages and their mother-in-laws and their sister, especially these two mothers and sister-in-laws are witches. And I'm like, no, I don't have that experience at all. At all. And I want people to know that actually they are very good people.
There are good stories out there.
There are so many. Maybe we are not sharing.
Maybe the negatives are mostly shared.
Exactly. Maybe we should share the positive so that people know that.
Thank you for sharing yours today. Now, Wabewo, how's life and your career?
By God's grace, I had a great boss who understood, was very kind, and I remember because I got pregnant and I had to leave my first year evaluation. He was like, but you got pregnant, and no. So he didn't even evaluate me. He just said, okay, let's after probation there's confirmation. He confirmed me without even evaluating because of the pregnancy and everything. But he challenged me to show up. And so now it made it easier for me. I loved work. I had a husband who understood the kind of wife he had gotten himself into. So it worked out well in terms of work. I spent a lot of my time working because I really enjoyed work. I enjoy work naturally.
Did it ever make you feel you're not doing enough as a wife, as a mom?
I did. As a mom and as a wife. In fact, as a wife and a dear, we are still working on it. I know that I don't like to say I'm not enough and all, but actually when it comes to, or even at that time, I didn't do enough. Well, I also had all these perceptions about marriage. You know, it took a long time to really realize I was seeing a lot of things wrong. You know, I had to change my way of thinking and all. So I made a lot of mistakes as a young wife and a young mother, you know. But it was okay, it was part of the experience, you know. And thank God for a family that stood by me through the mistakes, through it all. They were just, I guess that's what love is about. When you love someone, you don't just give up because they've made mistakes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Was there ever a day, maybe you were at work, you returned and you heard maybe one of the kids was sick and they couldn't reach you because you were working?
My dear.
How did that make you feel too?
My dear, it's not even, this is even Coco. One time my son was sick, I was called, and that this time he had been sick for some time. But I felt like, I say, my friend Dr. Dodo. So I wanted to be the kind of woman who stopped worrying too much, and every sickness, small cough, then I'll take him to the hospital. So this one day I decided when I was called, no, I wasn't called. He had been sick for a while, got treatment, but I said, "Na ne hon tonu too much na me man call school." See, me was school and no friend me say, I saw Yari still, na me befa ne call hospital. What the doctor said made me feel like the worst mother on earth. The look he gave me, it's like, you sent your son to school. Now shame me, I'm getting goosebumps. I felt like the worst woman on earth for sending my child to school because I wanted to be at work. When actually the mindset I had was, you ran to the doctor. I ran to the doctor. I wanted to learn how it was like to, because I see other mothers, so I was trying. But I felt so bad. Hey, bad dear. I felt so bad for many reasons, many mistakes I made along the way. Sometimes I'm like, "Mommy, you cry nowadays." You know, when you are in full-time job, you feel like that's your world.
I know.
Yes, true.
Were you scared of being laid off? Were you scared of not having a job?
I was never scared of being laid off. I was in HR, and for some reason my security I never worried about. But I think, I don't know, so whether it was the pressure of being a good example or I don't know, because I didn't have to do a lot of the things I did. Staying up so late while I was pregnant. My second pregnancy, it was at a meeting that I started spotting. And then I drove my, now I had the superwoman, that's perception, You know, so that's what I'm saying. I made a lot of mistakes. It was unnecessary. Some of the worrying.
Now, what if you didn't have a man that understood you?
Oh no.
A man that also had, let's say, a lawyer or bankers too. Yes, he was even a banker who have to do 9 to 5 or even work sometimes
extra
during weekends.
Yeah.
How are you going to do it?
I don't know.
If he was also going to prioritize his job.
I don't know how I would have done it. And I mean, both of us, my husband and I, are super busy, but the support of his family was what changed the game for us. If I didn't have his mom or his sisters, I wouldn't have done a lot of,
we celebrate them.
Yeah.
We celebrate them.
And then, of course, I got a housekeeper who is now more than a domestic manager. She's been with us for 12 years. So people like that, the support, the network of support. They say it takes a village to raise a child. Yes. I am like courtesy of a village.
You are the definition of that proverb.
I tell you.
Interesting. How long did you work with Golden Tulip?
8 years.
8 years. And from there, where did you move to?
The Fabulous Woman Network.
Before we come there, what happened? Why did you leave Golden Tulip?
Okay, so it was a great job. I didn't know that I wanted to be a trainer until the opportunity came, and I remember training experiences in UK and all, and I said, I want that role. So I was in that role. I was loving it. But another time it was the only international hotel or something, so everybody passed through there. My friends would come, and they are lawyers, they are working with the UN, and they are this, and Amma is here pregnant. I was pregnant only twice. I know, but it felt like I was always pregnant. And then every time they met me, I had a big nose, a super dark face, oily face, pregnant. So I was sinking in low self-esteem at that time, even though I had like on the outward, like, oh, Amma is smiling, Amma is a manager, Amma is this, but inwardly, I felt like there was more. And I had felt that for a long time, but I didn't want to address it. I remember meeting some people who would say, you don't belong here. Like a man actually told me, you don't belong here.
But you were doing well.
I was doing well. And I, like I was like, yeah, I'm doing well. But in my heart, I wasn't
doing well. Fulfilled.
I wasn't fulfilled. But Abuna, I didn't think anyone anywhere would need me for anything. I should leave and go where? I didn't have any options in my mind. So this is it. Do this job. If it's 1,000 they give you, take it every month and be grateful rather than look for what. So I never looked at any other option than where I was. This is it for me. I protected it with all my heart and soul and mind, not knowing that there was something. So for so long I had felt that edge.
You did that for 9 years.
I was there for 8 years.
So it means Paris was around 7.
6. It was so when she was around 2, I started feeling the edge until 6. I left when she was 6, right?
And then Troy was 4.
Yeah, 6 and 4.
Okay.
Yes. So it was at that time that I was like, okay, a series of things happened to really make me make the shift. But I needed to. But you know what? The training I got from Golden Chilepe, it was priceless. It was priceless. It prepared me. It prepared me for what I do now, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful.
Which means you quit.
Yes, I did quit eventually. I wrote
did you have
a letter.
Second job?
I think I quit in faith because I wouldn't even advise anyone to do what I did. In hindsight, before I left, a friend from another mother, Ambrose, sent me a video, one of these videos that they share, and it was these Indians singing the song "God Will Take Care of You." It's a hymn now, and that hymn now was all the confirmation I needed that I can move. And it has literally been God taking care of me. Because I remember Anita Eskin interviewing me after I quit and saying, Amma, how do you make money? I'm like, it was grace because I didn't even know how I got myself there.
Please don't go and quit your job. Hold on. Don't quit your job yet. Amma is here to tell us how she did it. I repeat, don't quit your job yet. You just one day took a boat.
This was after, so the Fabulous Woman Network had started. I had no idea.
Would you say the place got a bit toxic for you? In all honesty, I mean, aside the fact that you really wanted to do something different, did the atmosphere also get toxic?
It didn't change. The atmosphere had always been what it was. So I don't think that I got out because it was toxic. It was never about the job. It was about me.
Your development.
Yes,
your
my
growth.
development. Because I didn't really see anything up that I desired myself to be. I'm not really the sort of person who would want to be a hotel manager, even though now I find myself managing our own space, which is, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't about the place, no. It was what it was. It was me. I needed to get out of that zone, which was my comfort zone, and then get to a better place. Or not in terms of even place, but place inwardly. Because that place is actually a great, I would love for my daughter to even go and train there, or people I know. I hook people up there because it's a great place to learn.
Now, was the Fabulous Woman Network birthing even whilst you were there? Did you have plans and thoughts of it? Okay, I think I want to do this. Okay, I think I want to try that. Na plan never. And now say it just happened. A moment before you went to that.
Israel,
when did you even get to the Fabulous Woman Network time?
Okay, so at this time that I was feeling the unease that I needed to move.
Amma, you would hold on briefly.
Okay.
Woman Network. Like, I want to understand. Na adwene or hodida. Had you sketched it? Did you plan it?
It just happened along the way while I was still going through the unrest.
Did you discuss with your husband? Did you at any point let him know that, Charlie, I want to quit my job? What do you think?
Yep, I did let him know.
And knowing, okay, I don't know him, but knowing some men, I'm sure he would have asked, Bibi, are you okay there?
Not my husband. I think he also, I think it's divine. Because he just gave me my blessing. He gave me his blessing.
Leave the job.
Oh, yeah.
And do. Wow.
We all didn't know what, but by God's
grace.
Please,
ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of All Wives Association Ghana, we are having a meeting with the leader of the Men's Association, Mr. Duncan.
Sir?
He needs to have a personal training for all the men, married and unmarried, because
I wonder how he will feel. He'll probably laugh. Oh God.
Interesting. Okay.
Friday to Sunday, it be crazy. You know the traffic for town, oh. And they talk about the parties for P2 Lounge. It be crazy, oh. You know say me and my boys so that where we go chill. My body forget that place. It a job. See, on Fridays then they do Friday Freaks plus 18. It be crazy. Saturdays, Samedi soiree. That one too. It be crazy. Sundays, roast and toast. 6 p.m. Oh, then they play some high life. Right. But after 10 p.m., I mean, you know that. It be crazy. Hey, P2 Lounge, Kumasi City Mall, food court, Friday to Sunday. It be crazy.
Woman, you are unlimited. Many women are doing amazingly well wherever they find themselves, from juggling between family to the corporate and entrepreneurship world. Women are also excelling academically. We really need to hear the story.
I'm a graphic designer.
My name is Abna Kunedu Yadom. Wednesdays, we go pink on Y102.5. Pink, a conversation with a successful woman to tell her story. Pink, Wednesdays, 6 p.m.
Wearing on my shoulders, gotta find the strength in me. 'Cause I am a superwoman. Yes, I am. Yes, she is.
Hey, are you worried about your parties, weddings, hangouts, on what drink to enjoy for the celebration? Or you're worried about how to celebrate your friends and family during that special occasion? Now that is Bigo! With Bigo, no wahala for the occasion. They made it for everyone to enjoy and have the ideal celebration. Bigo, the soft drinks that comes in 16 and 20 in a pack. Hey, Charlie, that is Bigo. A lot to go around in various packs. It's refreshing and good quality. Now that is Bigo. The taste is another quality product from Twillium Industries Limited. This advert is FDA approved.
If you just joined me, this is Pink on Y102.5 FM. Of course, Pink is a hearty conversation with the woman who inspires. And today, Amma Duncan is inspiring all of us. Amma, do you know something?
Tell me.
I want you to glow and glow and glow like you're already glowing and glowing. Please. How about you get a necklace with AD as a pendant?
Oh, that sounds so nice. Only that I hardly ever wear necklaces.
Please, you would.
Hey,
you would in Jesus'
name. I am critical. Unless it's the kind that I will never remove.
Okay.
Like it will always be there. That would.
So I'll take you to Sperkify.
Hey,
you tell them.
Can I mention it? Spehu?
Oh,
let me drink more tea.
Tazina, Amma, don't do this to us. Sperkify, like, you know, specked up, all specked up. You know, yeah.
I like the name.
Sperkify.
Is it owned by a woman?
Yes, and she's a lawyer too.
Oh, I love her.
Yes. and she has watches for ladies and gents. She's got necklaces, bracelets, anklets. Do you know that my dream is to wear an anklet and walk around the beach whilst drinking white wine? But I don't have money. So when I wear an anklet right now, my uncles will call me and advise me. So I'm waiting. When I get rich,
they won't talk.
They will come and advise me. So yes, anklet today, I.
Isn't it part of our tradition though?
And it should be on a regular, but people will look at you like, hey.
It's unfortunate.
And then but I'm going to say, yeah, the bracelets to you, sir. It's that like the between
skills.
It's a me of a mumu me I'm the anklet, but to me nine. And Sperkify has the best, the most quality watches on wholesale, on retail.
Oh, okay.
They got it. Now you can call them on 0533 346762 or 0533 8773. You can even call them right now. You just call them. Call Lawyer Benedicta and tell her a black cane is a friend. Or check them out on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Sperkify, spelled SPERKYFY. I know you're a gadget fan.
I am.
Do you know that you made me like? Is it iPhone X?
Really?
The one with the one camera.
Yes, my first.
The blue one.
The blue one. Yes.
The way you were rocking that phone.
Oh, hey.
You got me saving.
Oh.
To buy that
I
phone.
inspired you.
So guess what? If your phone breaks down today, I'm taking you to see white phones.
Sharp.
They'll give you the phone. All you need is your Ghana card and your mobile money number. And then you have as long as you want to pay.
Oh, wow.
Yes. You don't have to bring your landlord or any guarantor. You are just owning the phone.
That's so cool.
And not just that. Everything like kids, a tablet, smartwatches, and all phone brands. iPhone, itel. Just a phone be on
yam.
Yam. Che. Yam no come on Nokia dear Samsung dear Nini na bi. Odi your phone a say. Unya phone to see frɛ omo. Ebi a wo de obi radio na ATM. Jini pa ne phone. Hwim ne phone. Hwim bre na aban. Hwim ne frɛ 0245 051799. Free white phones to see non so till or KJTia or by MTN office war. Asaso Sambra Hotel Junction on our Champion building or Old Akate Farms building just beside Ejaba. See wide day for you. I don't usually see you in heavy makeup, but I know that you love rocking your short hair. Well, NK Splendor Beauty Salon. They will groom you.
Dye it's grey for me.
I know how you want it. They will dye.
I'm going to try it next week. What's your moe?
Yeah, you just across the street.
Yeah.
Oh,
close to just MTN Junction.
Just close to the golf park.
Oh, and Nemeko.
Right there. In fact, they will
dye. Is it owned by a woman?
This time is a man.
Oh, and yes, we are married to men.
They will die, re-dye, over-dye, must die, or die. However you want your hair
I'm so happy I know, because the other place I know is too far.
And they'll fix your nails too.
Oh, nice.
Everything from hair to toe regarding women beauty. Leave it to NK Splendor. Oh, she would redefine your beauty. She would redefine it. So find NK Splendor Beauty Salon right here and they will sort you out. Find them on Instagram and TikTok and even Facebook at NK_Splendor. Ama, the Fabulous Woman Network. How was the birth?
Okay, so this started when I was still in Golden Tulip, and at this time, about 4 years, like I already said, 4 years into the job, I started feeling this unrest that I needed to move, and I didn't know what. So I had been going back and forth with what next for so long, and I didn't know what. And then I took a trip to my former school, Archbishop Potter Girls Secondary School. I saw my former English teacher, Mrs. Ama Brakun, who was then the headmistress. I introduced myself to her. She couldn't remember the face, but then when I mentioned my maiden name, she's like, "Oh, Amamber, I remember you so well. You used to Amamber, I know, right? You used to write so well. Do you still write?" And I said, "No, I don't write anymore." But then I kept thinking, actually, I loved writing as a child. I loved writing. I loved reading. I loved writing. So all throughout the trip back, that's what I was thinking. I thought, you know what? If there's anything new in my life I need to do, is to go back to the love of writing. So I started writing, and obviously I had to write about something I cared about, and that was women. So I started writing stories about women, starting with my mom, and then just posting it on Facebook as a way of practicing how to write so that I could become an author. I called it The Fabulous Woman. Next thing I know, this page is growing. People are liking, people are asking, so who is behind? Hey, now my mystery woman be right. Oh, so I was enjoying it. I said, okay, then if I knew you, I would look for you. Come and that's how come I got in touch with Anita to share her story. I was just sharing the stories as a way of practicing how to write so that I could be an author. And then at a point, I was like, okay, God, even though I'm practicing, if I get 1,000 likes, if I see 1,000 likes on my page, like I'll be the happiest woman on earth. So these were my two goals: get 1,000 likes, write books. But God has something better. My brother was the one I asked to set up the page for me. One day he just called me. I remember I was coming from Sarian. Mamiama, page that Mamiama, organize an event. People will come. I was like, are you sure? Oh God. At this time we're like 8,000 followers, which was unheard of. Like I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just sharing stories. So anyway, we organized the first event, which was private. We splashed
before you continue, just briefly. Now you're no longer receiving salaries.
I was still at Golden Tulip.
Okay.
I was just writing, and it was like my new thing, writing the stories about women, real stories, and posting them. And then so he said, organize this. So Golden Tulip gave me the opportunity, because my first two events were at Golden Tulip, because I was a staff. I know, right? So the first one was the private event. I invited people I knew, women I knew. It was so beautiful, beautiful pictures. Thanks to Fonjo Images, Vera being photography.
Yeah, Fonjo.
Fonjo. Oh, I know, right? And see, thanks to all this, we started posting. People were like, oh, next event will come. 6th February 2016, we organized a big event. Oh my God, 300 people showed up. That was all the validation we needed that, okay, this is something. Even
Your
though we
first
didn't...
event?
Public event at Golden Tulip. So, and I know it was 300 because we rented 300 chairs.
Okay.
Okay. So then... After this, it was on 6th February, I think around about 14, 15 there about, my husband was traveling to Accra and I followed him. He went for a meeting, I stayed, and I love that hotel. It's called Tropical Hotel. Oh, am I allowed to mention names?
Please,
so anyway,
and you take me there on my birthday. Simple.
So I just went, while my husband was at work, I spent the whole day in a retreat. I was praying, I was asking God, what's with this fabulous woman thing? And also again, like, I loved it, but where is it taking me to? And I spent all my time and attention on the stories and on the women. What do you want with this? I kept praying, retreating, and then I ate jollof. That evening, when my husband came, I told him I want to resign. And he was like, cool. Both of us didn't know what we were doing. But he said, okay.
Oh.
Then when I returned to work, I put in my resignation. End of April, I stopped work and then focused on the Fabulous Woman Network full time. And it was through that I started exploring what to do with it. So we've been running this. Next month will be 9 years of us being in existence. And if I tell you that I knew what I was doing, and even now I know what I'm doing, I'll be lying. I discover it every new day what God wants me to do. But it's been trusting God 100%, sometimes removing the trust from him and holding it in my hand, and then he taking it back. Sometimes you are slow, that
I'm impeding you overtake it. Also, the traffic needed them but I'm working, mom.
If like, oh my God, my life is, I can't even recognize myself now.
What's your church?
I go to St. George's Church, Edum.
Okay, down the High Court.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's where I've been for the past maybe 12 or so years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you are still discovering the fabulous. What has been your greatest turning point in the last 9 years?
The greatest, there were two great turning points. One was discovering Marianne Williamson's poem, Our Deepest Fear, which has a line, who are you? Okay, so it starts with you ask yourself, who are you not to be talented, fabulous, gorgeous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Something to that effect. I'm mumbling it up. But that you are a child of God was my first awakening. I must stop looking outward for validation, for worthiness. You know, like, oh, a fine husband is all make me feel good about myself. Children, a big car. Stop looking. You are a child of God, and that's all the validation you needed. So that was number 1. Number 2 was this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Oh no, everybody is telling me to read that book.
Abena, read it, but pray before you read, because I think it speaks to everyone differently. For me, it was my daughter who even read it. The book had been lying in the house, we never read it. My daughter named preaching some, and the cover book ni read it. And I say, what the book ni say, mommy, the book said poor people work for money and rich people let their money work for them. Hey, I was like, oh my God.
Poor people work for money
and rich people let their money work for them. It was my daughter who saved my life, because I was always broke. I have driven a Pathfinder at that time. I think it was a Pathfinder Highlander. Why me diametim abna obe humia because I am always cancel me boy. The bia me what me to me jina filling station e twen obi afa no e wie ship me so se me so AC na me can movie me nis come the better for broke. I was broke until that book, my daughter Paris read that book, and I started. It was the beginning of everything. This was around 9 years ago, and this was the beginning of 10 around. But if there's the one thing that has really helped me stay in the game, it's personal development. I do not take learning for a joke. Reading, attending conferences. Before, if you tell me to attend conference, not just me per DM and as a BB. Me, I'm a Duncan. A couple of years ago, I spent $3,000 to go for a 4-day, my own money, not say obi nechi amame, 4-day retreat, because now I know the value of learning. I know. At first, I would never have done it. Me. Abena, it is God though. Personal development it is the game changer. Reading. There was a year, 2018 or so, I spent the whole year reviewing books on money. I was like, God, there is something I need to know. How are other people making money? I don't know, they be a means me but they be not a common literal, but they be a my broke. Hey, I'm a dear way pepe, I'm a dear way pepe. But I was really broke. One time my dad asked me for money. I didn't even have 100 cedis. Now he told me round home and say, hey, we are manager. You're a manager. But you see, all those times, even though I was complaining, I wasn't ready to change my life.
Were you using your money for things you couldn't account for?
Oh, that was one, because for so long I wasn't accounting. And secondly, I thought income there, I was say about near no. So I didn't seek for any. I didn't even believe I had any value for anyone to pay. Into say me car, na me matime tight, na niaka me de didra, na no for the house. Tight no kwa sometimes me negotiate. Say rather this man say me tua car, me ho be chimi nti we ma me ntua. Yeah, that was how I was just managing. But it was sad. Read my account. To me, negative na emobo. Hey, apena. And to think that I've always been a Christian, the word of God has always been available to me. How come I didn't know? How come these biblical principles that God has taught us to make money with, tithing, giving, why? I'm a Methodist. I was raised a Methodist. How come I was still poor?
I'm not close to you enough. Honestly, I'm not. I'm sorry if I'm being emotional on air, but there's a lot to learn. I thought I knew you. I mean, not as your best friend, but as your mentee. I thought I knew you, but no. There's a lot to learn. But how you started the Fabulous Woman Network and now, on a scale of 10, how's the Fabulous Woman Network doing? And what has been your greatest achievements so far? And finally, how did the Rich Dad Poor Dad book make you rich?
Okay, let me start from that one. that book opened my eyes to what I was doing wrong. I was working for money instead of letting my money work for them. So those were some of the things I had to change. And then I had to learn about money principles, even the way, our perception about money. I used to think that they would hurt me. That was a mindset that was even stopping me from making money. The concept of giving, I didn't understand it. It was always, I'm poor, so give me. I'm poor, so every day give me. I didn't know that there was that thing that the Bible says. There's more blessing
in giving
than receiving. I didn't know. So as I kept reading Richard's Dad in Babylon, T. Harv Eker's book, I always forget that, but that was that millionaire mindset. I've read Ghanaian books, Dr. Professor Adai.
Okay.
Comfort and Alberto, all these books on money. Joseph Cheyankra.
We are looking at the next financial minister for Ghana.
Wow. But then so reading, I mean, if anyone is asking, I'll say start by reading, because that is a big personal development step. And a lot of times we read but don't really apply. Me dear, because now I have to come out of poverty until I did the work, and I still do the work. I invest a lot, and I invest in tithing. I invest in giving. Like, I'm like, God, you've promised me this. But my Bible, it goes to Malachi, something I forget. But the one that talks about God pouring his blessings because of tithing. That there's the story. Me find a person ready that thing, because it's a promise God has made. I learned something also, that whatever we believe works for us. Whatever you believe,
it does.
It does. And I've realized it's true. I mean, now whatever you want to believe works for you. So now I am more intentional about what I'm believing. I'm affirming. I have these affirmations. Charlie, I'm doing a lot of work on my mindset, because
on your personal growth.
Yes, and
this goes to tell that as women, you need to invest in yourself.
Oh, yes.
You are not defined by ukna or warino. And no here, when you be fine, you're not defined by your kids or your job, or you are defined by who you think you are and how you believe in your own validation. Your own validation. Now, Fabulous Woman Network has been mentoring the women. How is it going for the women? And how difficult is it to mentor a woman? Like, imagine a market woman, or if you say and you are charging them to think beyond that. How stressful is that?
So in the beginning, thank God for this journey. In the beginning, I was like, I don't know who said this is what you are doing wrong, but I realized that no, there's something called readiness. Some people are not ready. They are not at the point where they are ready to make that move, to change their life. Like me, at a point, I was always complaining, but I was not ready. Once you are ready, that's when you take the work. So now we've switched from every woman come, can't you see, no, to people who have been nurtured to the point where they are like, I'm ready to receive what you have. And I'm so grateful that these are the kinds of people we are attracting to our event. I mean, recently I was praying to God, who needs to be at our conference? Like, I woke up with that on my mind, and suddenly he started releasing to me, these are the people you should contact. Don't worry about these other people who have the money but they won't pay. It is not for them. They are not ready. They may be complaining, but they are not ready. So by God's grace, we found groups of women who are growth minded. Like, they are ready. They are at that point that I was desperate. I was miserable. I was always blaming my husband because I thought everything was. That was me, always looking outside. They be before for accept me. I never realized that I was the one sitting on my own growth, my own blessings. Oh, sister
Duncan, you deserve a statue in your hometown. We'll build you one. And Amma is just like me, always rattling. She'll speak, and then poor pa, you.
Oh, the man.
Fabulous Woman Network has an event this Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Yes.
Oh, it's next week Saturday.
Next week Saturday.
Not this Saturday.
Yes,
Tell me about it.
Yeah, Abena is coming. So it's called IFAB, International Fabulous Women's Conference.
Okay.
Every year we meet at and you asked me for one of our biggest something.
Yeah,
I would say it's Fab Hub Ashanti, setting it up.
Do you know that last year this office was looking for a place to do a staff hangout, and I recommended Fab Hub.
Oh, thank you.
Rather, unfortunately, nobody wants to go anywhere. You know how boys can be. Please, no offense to my
but you're
colleagues.
welcome to come.
But this year, I'm sure my boss is listening. We would come to be groomed, relaxed, and then all geared up for the next year. But tell us more about the Fab Hub.
Yes, so it's our residential learning and event space where we have our conferences and events. When it started, we had Denyami in a small, tiny room, and by God's grace, God gave us a bigger space. So now we have rooms that when people come for our events, they can actually sleep over,
awesome.
Stay. Yeah.
And
so
it's
we also
secured. The
yes.
security is really
tight. Now, Holy Spirit, so we are having IFAB, which is International Fabulous Women's Conference. We have all our members, as many as can come from different, US, UK, wherever they are, they come and then we meet. And it's not just for our members only, it's open to women.
Okay.
And we focus on learning in a fun way. We chill, we enjoy, we retreat, we strategize. And this year we are focusing, we've been focusing on wellness for a while. We believe that making money is not just about making money. There are a lot of things that go with it, the emotions, the physical wellness, and everything. So we are looking at all aspects of wellness. We have seasoned speakers and facilitators, three from the US, one from Nigeria, and then the rest from Ghana. They are coming to share their stories. They are coming to share tips, strategies, and tools. And on the main day, which is second, it's going to be on financial wellness, which is like, ooh, my baby, my favorite thing is to talk about money, because I used to be, God has saved me already.
Charlie, I can imagine, because the way you are baby,
where my mind was, and now it is far, Papa. I can't even find my way back there, and by God's grace, I don't need to go back there, because God has been good. But learning, I remember one day, I went for such a training. The whole day I didn't eat. It was the first day I hadn't eaten from Anopa to 8 p.m. Not because
Amma is a foodie.
Thank you. But because I wanted knowledge. It was She Summit. I was like, God, there is something I need. I was hungry for knowledge. And whatever knowledge I got, I practiced as much as I could. And that is what, and all these events, when I go, I travel, I go places, I see people who are doing amazing. I'm like, how can I bring them here to our community to teach us? And I see myself and what I do as a platform to connect people, connect people to help. People come and it's jobs that they needed. I didn't intentionally put them in the way of jobs, but they ended up getting. There was one lady who came for our first event. I was recently chatting with her. She said for her that conference was about reading, and it has turned her life around. Today she still reads. She still reads because she knows the value of it. For some people, some lady said her weight was a problem. She hadn't been able to do anything about it. She came for the conference. We always do health screening, and through that she was advised, and now her life has changed. So many other stories. People a lady that recently I traveled to Uganda with. We met the ladies in Uganda, and she was sharing how she was at the verge of giving up on her company. She was speaking to God. God directed her to come to one of our events. She met Yawa Hansen. How it changed her life. So I see myself like, okay, we a platform. But through that, God is blessing me too. Awesome. And elevating me.
How do we sign up for this event next week? Is it too late?
It's not.
We are on time, right?
You are more than on time.
Amazing.
And there's also partial scholarship for women who want to be there, desire, because they need it, but they can't afford it.
I'm a mechanic. In fact, bringing Duncan on Pink means a lot to me. A lot to me. And for her to be here means a lot to us and the show too. Now, if you're a young woman and you're listening to me, you can't miss this experience. Because your life would be transformed. Please, do we have any number to call?
Yes.
Yes.
It's 00233 244.
Please, no, my show. On my show,
we are all Ghana.
we count our numbers like countable rice. Please take your time. Let's go again.
Okay, 0244
33
99 70.
We go again.
0244
33
99 70. Yes.
Ama, quickly, our time is up. But there's a segment on the show called Pinky Test.
Hey.
And Kaya Survey.
Let me.
Please, you can't think about it.
God help me.
Holy when Spirit. I ask, you answer.
Marty.
And you're porn. Sneakers or sandal?
Oh, sneakers.
Coffee or tea?
This is hard. Maybe let me start with coffee because I start my day with coffee. But I love both.
Jeans or skirts?
Jeans.
Okay. Laptop or your phone?
Can't I have both?
Please, one.
Okay, then phone.
Road trip or flying?
Now flying.
No. Donuts or pancakes?
Pancakes.
You're really a fancy. Your mom or your dad?
Hey, that is hard. My dad will hear it from his grave and he'll be sad.
Please, I can't be bothered.
Oh, this is not fair. This question must be banned. No, I won't answer. No, don't do that to my dad.
Your mom or your dad?
Don't be like that. He's dead. Don't do that to him. He'll feel sad. The last conversation I had with him was a fight and he died. And you are making me denounce him on.
Okay, love or money?
Love or money?
Ama, you can't think about it.
No, love. Because God is love. In love, there is everything. There is money too. So I would go with love.
Ama, in 1 minute, if there is a young 24-year-old lady who is just got married, just got pregnant, whilst being a career woman, still wondering if she did the right thing, in 1 minute, what do you have to say to her?
You've definitely done the right thing. It's not by accident that you're having that baby. God put that baby there and God knows you can handle it. Many women have done it and have excelled, and so can you. And this too shall pass. I used to think my kids will be kids forever. Now they roll their eyes at me. You'll be fine, oh Abena. And all the ladies sitting, you'll be so fine. You look back and say, Amika, what was I worrying about? Because you know what? God has got you.
I'm just going to hug you. Thank you so much for listening to Pink today. Thank you. See you next week.
Mira, na den na ofrejuma ba ya se waye bosan se. E di asemwa.